Andy Lesser, how would you respond to someone who tried to accuse you of not thinking critically when applying the term cult? Well, pretty easily, because I don't use the word cult, I use the word destructive cult. That's a term, and it's a very clearly defined term. Janja Lalich has put together an exact list of characteristics that describe what a destructive cult is. And in my video, Is Scientology a Cult?, I lay out 5 of those as I think as an example of what I use. And I've referenced this list in other places showing how Scientology and lots of other groups meet the characteristics of a destructive cult. There's been a lot of banter and nonsense about the word cult, mostly from cult apologists, right, who have chosen to strike up this term new religious movement to describe cults, right? Because cult has, I've talked about the word cult, cult has connotations to it. Cult is not a word that is used favorably. It is a specific word with a specific definition or definitions, but it has these connotations to it. It was originally used as a derogatory term by Christians, actually, who were trying to, call out what they considered unorthodox groups as cults. So now, because religious scholars don't like the term because of the derogatory connotations, and so they've come up with this new religious movements thing. But I think that if you're a critical thinker and if you actually use the words that you mean and then you back them up with actual definitions and specific characteristics, a destructive cult it doesn't have to be derogatory. It can simply be the right word to use to describe a group that you're talking about. And that's how I use it. I'm not trying to use the word cult or destructive cult in a derogatory fashion, in that I don't mean it like some slur or some slang term or something, right? I actually mean destructive cult exactly as Janja Lalich described it, right, with these 12 characteristics. So that's why I believe that as a critical thinker, I have the right to use that term and use it in a non-slurry fashion, but in a very exact fashion. And I think that if you're using terms that way, that you're all good.